What better way for a son and father to bond over than their mutual love for the Dallas Cowboys? Hi, I'm Michael Davis with my dad, Mack. We're a star-studded son and dad duo on the Star-Studded Cowboys Network, powered by Fans First Sports Network and Boom Broadcasting. And this is Dad and the Boys. What does the cornerback room look like for the Dallas Cowboys? We're talking about that today on Dad and the Boys. Michael Davis and my dad, Mack. Dad, I've covered this topic on Fans First Sports Network on their website through articles, and the more I dig into this room, the more I'm like, we need to figure something out, because we lost Jordan Lewis in free agency. He is now a Jacksonville Jaguar. He and George Pickens will not be on the same team. Funny how that works out. But we have Trevon Diggs coming back from injury, and we also have Shavon Revel Jr., who is a rookie but is also coming off a knee injury. And we have a traded cornerback for Kaiir Elam, but we also have some free agents on the market, like Stephon Gilmore, maybe coming back to Dallas. He was there at the facility right before the NFL draft. You have Asante Samuel Jr., who is coming back from a serious neck injury, but he could be ready to go for the season. Dad, I feel like as you look at all the different possibilities, DaRon Bland might be the only surefire thing when it comes to week one, who's starting at corner for Dallas.
Okay, so yeah, I don't want to say surefire thing with our cornerback position. That's for sure. The way injuries devastated that unit last year. DaRon Bland struggled a little bit last year, so hopefully he's back a little bit removed from his injury. Trevon,
I feel like we could start there. I mean, do you expect Trevon to be there week one? He's optimistic.
I'm hoping he is. We need him. But in all fairness to him and to his injury, I want him to come back healthy.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing, because, I mean, Trevon Diggs is a phenomenal talent, and this team is better when Trevon Diggs is fully healthy. I mean, I would love for him to be there week one, but I'd rather him be there week 5 or 6 and fully healthy versus week one.
And I don't think he will have to actually sit out unless they put him on the pup team. I don't think that he will actually have to miss the first month. I think we could easily see him week 3 or 4 at the latest, which would be, less than ideal, since we're playing Philly and New York opening up our season. But, think about this. I mean, it's an immediate weakness.
It is
right now. But in the same token, what other team out there can say that they've got 2 all-pro cornerbacks? Not Pro Bowl, all-pro.
And that was Trevon Diggs and then DaRon Bland.
Yeah, I mean, and they led the league in back-to-back seasons on interceptions. So, I mean, one of the things that they talked about with Matt Eberflus's defenses is they create turnovers. And so we know this defense can do it.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
It's just getting them on the field together healthy.
Right. And I mean, and that was something that's, one of the things I heard talked about, was the fact that, when they were looking at outside talent, and one of the big names, and we both said this, and we would love to see him back on the team.
Stephon Gilmore.
Gilmore, we want you.
Make us happy, Gilmore.
We don't need him to be a starter all year. We need him to be a starter week 1, week 2, week 3, maybe even week 4. Maybe he can get some redemption against Green Bay. That game he played in the playoffs, everybody talked about how he's washed up and all. He was hurt. He got out there with a separated shoulder and he was playing, and he was in pain. I mean, because even just running with a separated shoulder, you know, I mean, think about it. You broke your collarbone that time, and
I did.
even moving, walking, the jarring of your body hurts it. And he got out there and played entire football game
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
I don't even think Trevon was on the field at that point.
He wasn't.
I mean, and so it's like I don't fault Stephon Gilmore for that. And I think that entire season he was such a tremendous help because Trevon was out. That's the year we saw Deron Bland really come on. But you look at those first, and we'll just cap it at 4. We'll cap it at 4. Let's say Diggs misses the first month. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. Whether that's a win or a loss, you're going up against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Week 2, you got the Giants. You got rookie Jackson Dart potentially, or Russell Wilson
will probably be starting that.
Jameis Winston's on the team. Like, who knows? But you have the Chicago Bears. You have Caleb Williams, throw into Rome Odunze. Oh, and the Giants have Malik Neighbors. The Bears have Odunze.
And they got DJ Moore, too.
DJ Moore. The Green Bay Packers, I feel like they don't have like a name. They do have Matthew Golden, who I really wanted in Dallas if they went receiver. Golden has speed from Texas. So you really need help.
I mean, theoretically, we're not expected to win the first game against Philadelphia.
Unless they come out flat from the championship celebration.
And that could be, but they generally don't come out flat against Dallas. Luckily, hopefully we can create some turnovers. Hopefully we can score points against their defense. Hopefully they got a little jet lag or something. Maybe they partied too hard last night. The Giants, I think we can win. I think we can play well against Chicago and potentially win. The game that honestly scares me the most out of the 4 is Green Bay. I'm sorry. I thought when Aaron Rodgers left there that was going to change the thing. I guess we're the curse of Brett Favre. Brett Favre couldn't beat us, and we can't beat them without Brett Favre.
Come back, Brett.
Come back, Brett. Play at 105.
He was trying to at one point.
Come back to Green Bay. We need you there. But, I mean, that's the game that scares me the most out of that upper 4. Because by then you're starting to see how the teams are going. Hopefully we can come out at 2-2. I love 3-1, but 2-2 is realistic. Not that it'd be an easy 2-2, but I mean we've got the talent. I mean we got Josh Butler. He's also coming back from injury. You got Revel, who is a high draft pick,
third round.
And should have been a first round if he would have been healthy again. But, something that I don't know if you're aware of this, but one thing that I like about Schottenheimer.
I know he hasn't coached a game yet. And I was
I
was very critical of the hire because I was like, really?
Yeah.
But
Shotty's kind of growing on
us. If you're reading my content on Fans First Sports Network, I'm starting to like Shotty.
Yeah, but I was a big Mike McCarthy fan. I mean, I like Coach Mike. But Schottenheimer, one thing that I will say is he is getting these guys day in and day out to compete. It doesn't matter about what it is. It's in the locker room. If it's a game of dominoes, a game of cards. Hey, the rookie kind of meet and greet that they had recently. It's rock, paper, scissors. And guess who ended? I mean, the offense just decimated the defense.
Sounds about right.
Except for one player. And he held it up and made it into the championship.
Was it Revel?
It was Revel. Of course, he lost to your favorite rookie, I think.
Okay, Jaden Blue.
Jaden Blue won the rock paper scissors competition for the offense. But I mean, Revel was going at one point. He was going to, because every other offensive player had beaten a defensive player because they were going offense against defense, and it got to be where it was Revel playing the entire offense, and he beat everybody up until he got to the championship, and he had to go against Blue, and well, Blue won.
Yep. So when it comes to this corner room, Deron Bland, I mean, obviously health pending. Deron Bland, Trevon Diggs when he comes back, Revel potentially is your three corners. Right now, Kalen Carson, lower on the depth chart.
Than anticipated. Because he really had a good camp last year. He just
when he got to the season, it struggled.
Seatbelt kind of got unfastened.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
you got to buckle up. And he needed to buckle up. Israel Mukwamu moving from safety to probably primarily the nickel corner as of right now, while Jordan Lewis left, and that honestly a big hole because Jordan Lewis was your staple at nickel.
And Jordan has been around with the Cowboys for a while. I love Jordan. Hated to see him leave because he was a highly underrated talent. Highly underrated. And, he gave us everything we could ask for out of a third-round pick. Hopefully, Shavon Revel will follow in that tradition as a third-round pick. Mukwamu, when he was at South Carolina, he played cornerback. And he was really good. And we ended up trying to train him over to safety because that was a weak spot for us. But I think as the nickelback, I think he'll hold his own. Kyer Elam, I'm high on him. But another kid that really hasn't gotten any. I mean, again, I said Josh Butler, but he's hurt and he's coming back. He had a good end of the season before he got hurt. But another kid that's really I'm kind of high on, and it'll shock you, is this kid, Kamon Hall.
Okay.
Watching him last year in the training camp and the preseason, kid had flashes. There was, I think, I'm trying to remember, but I'm thinking there was like a couple games where like he had an interception because nobody actually predicted that he was even going to make the team. He just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and he kind of stayed. Whether it was the active roster or the
practice
squad, he just kind of lingered there. And you see that sometimes from a kid. They'll linger and they'll work their way onto the practice squad out of nowhere. And then the next year, they'll make a leap, that sophomore leap, because they went through an entire training camp. They went through an entire off season. And let's face it, they weren't really the focus the previous season because you had the focus getting the starters ready, getting the guys that you knew that were going to be on the team ready. This kid just pops up, makes some plays, lingers around. Does he have that to go and move up like one of his fellow secondary individuals gives a perfect example? Wanye Thomas. Wanye did it. If you recall back, we met him in Jacksonville, and I was like, he was a super nice guy. And I was like, who was that? And you go,
that's Wanye.
And I was like, okay. Didn't recognize him. Of course, he was on the practice squad. He didn't get much hoopla. He'd make a play here and there during the preseason, hung around as an undrafted free agent. And next thing you know, now we're talking a few years down the road that, hey, this kid may end up knocking one of our starting safeties off their not maybe off the team, but out of their starting spot.
I would not be surprised if Wanye Thomas is the reason that Donovan Wilson is not a Cowboy next year. if not sooner.
That could very well happen. And, and Marquise Bell. I mean, he, again, another undrafted free agent that's just kind of hung around there. And they're your second string safeties right now, but either one of those could potentially move up, if not both of them. I know we're still high on Hooker. Jerry's got to have his hookers. But I mean, this secondary as a whole has the talent to be very successful. And part of that is getting Trevon Diggs healthy. Because when Trevon's healthy, he's one of the top corners in the league, bar none. And so if you can get either Asante Samuel or you can get Gilmore back, Stephon Gilmore to come in, give you that 3 to 4 games of quality talent. Yeah, I think Kaiir Elam can hold down the post, but I would feel more secure if it was Stephon Gilmore out there.
I would too, because you get that veteran presence. He was on the team a couple years ago, worked really well with Deron Bland, and could be a resurgence. So we'll have to.
And if you got Kaiir Elam coming in as your third quarterback instead of your starting second one, even better for those first 3 to 4 games while you're allowing Trevon to get healthy.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know how Mukwamu will exactly play, even though people are high on him. Revel would be a new rookie corner in the NFL. So there's options. And thankfully, as of right now, Gilmore is still one of those options. So this is my plea. Sign Stephon Gilmore.
And I mean, and you look at it, this defense is loaded. If you really look at the talent level on this defense, if you could pull in Gilmore for that first month, at least to let him start, and then him become the primary backup or the third man in there, while you're allowing Revel to heal up and grow, and you're allowing Kaiir Elam to be your fourth starter, so you're allowing those guys to grow, Mukwamu, and all this. But you've got linebackers that started last year that are projected to be second string. You've got defensive linemen that the rush guys are going to be amazing. There's even talks about potentially what would Sam Williams bring in a trade. I really don't want to trade him because one of the big primary partners would be Washington. Because Dan Quinn, he is a Dan Quinn.
All right, let's not even dive into him going to Washington.
No, and and I want to see what the kid can do. Let us if we're going to lose him, let us lose him after this year to free agency, and let's get a comp pick back. So I mean, can Dallas sign everybody back? No, we lose guys. But I'm not looking to trade anybody at this point.
And we'll see what our corner room looks like, and that'll help our defense and our run game. But we did have a trivia game last week, Stump or Bump, and we even had a trivia question for you guys. We're going to give you the answer right after the commercial break, and Dad's going to try to stump me, but I'm going to get the fist bump and Stump or Bump next after our commercial break.
I didn't get my Harley from last week, so you're not getting your fist bumps.
You never. I never agreed to that. I never agreed to that.
I'm stumping you.
Yeah, nah. But we'll take a quick commercial break. If you're listening to us on Fans First Sports Network or watching us on Boom Broadcasting, and we'll be back right after this break. Welcome back to Dad and the Boys on Fans First Sports Network on Boom Broadcasting. And we told you we had Stump or Bump last time, and we gave you a trivia question. If you guys remember what that question was, I asked you who was the single season leader for kickoff return touchdowns in Dallas Cowboy history. And we talked about Cavante Turpin last week. It is not Turpin. It is indeed Ike Thomas.
And in all fairness, I would not have gotten that, folks. I would have picked probably either Kelvin Martin or Deion Sanders.
But it was Ike Thomas.
Ike Thomas.
And he had 2 back when he got it. So shout out Ike Thomas. And yeah, we'll get to play Stumper Buck now.
All right, got to put on the specs here. You're rolling old, by the way, kind of stinks. Now let's see here, this card. Your first question, I got a feeling he might. I'll give him a layup on this one right here. Give him the first one. If he gets this one wrong, folks, I'm taking this Dallas Cowboy card. Who caught Roger Staubach's Hail Mary in the divisional playoff round against the Minnesota Vikings on December 28th, 1975?
All right. I just want to say I got to hang out with this person on a Google Plus hangout. Before there was Zoom, before there was Skype, there was Google Plus, and I got to hang out with him on halftime. He virtually signed my 88 jersey because it was the original 88. That's Drew Pearson. That was the easiest question I could have been asked.
That I told you it was a layup.
That was a layup.
It was a layup.
I mean, that
let's
was.
See, let's get a little bit testier now.
All right.
Who did the Dallas Cowboys defeat to win their first Super Bowl in 1972?
Okay, that is a little bit tougher. I'm trying to think back who was good in the 70s. Because you obviously had the Dolphins, like, undefeated season. You had the Steelers. Steelers were pretty good back then.
I'll just tell you this: we never beat the Steelers in the 70s in the Super Bowl. Terry Bradshaw did not lose the Super Bowl.
And then this was the 70.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to fist bump.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
For Drew Pearson. That was yeah. In what year?
72.
72.
Yep.
I don't think the Colts and Cowboys ever played in a Super Bowl. Did they?
They did. But we didn't beat them.
We didn't beat them. Can I go Dolphins? That doesn't sound. That sounds right.
The year before they won their undefeated season.
Yes. So Dolphins fans, you can thank the Dallas Cowboys for your undefeated season. That's 2 for 2. Am I going to be the first one to go 3 for 3?
All right.
Let's go.
What quarterback spent his entire career with Dallas and earned a 62-30 record as a starter with 11 fourth-quarter comebacks and 14 game-winning drives?
Wait, what was the record again?
62-30.
Spent his entire career with Dallas. 62-30.
As a starter.
As a starter. And had all those. Okay. 62-30. Oh, let me think about this. So that would be 16 games a year, give or take.
No, remember we didn't play 16 games back then.
Back then?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to go Tony Romo, but it doesn't sound like Tony Romo. So it goes further. So it's either, it's got to be Troy or Roger.
And your pick is?
Troy or Roger. Okay. If it's back then, Captain America, Roger Staubach.
It was his backup, Danny White.
Ah, no!
His punter. Punters need loving too, baby. Kickers need love. Yep, Danny White.
All right.
Now, for your question out there, what Cowboys middle linebacker once had 3 interceptions in a 5-minute span, returning 1 for a touchdown?
I think I know that one. I think I know that.
You
Why
cannot
can't I
say that.
No. I think I know that one.
In a 3 interceptions in a 5-minute span.
Can I tell you the answer after we're off air?
After we're off there, you can tell me the answer.
All right, I gotta get off air. Guys, yeah, comment in the section below.
Don't Google search it.
Don't Google. No cheating.
No cheating.
We have VPNs on you. We can track you. We're very close to the FBI, the full-blooded Italians. But guys, we appreciate you watching Dad and the Boys on Boom Broadcasting, for listening to us on Fans First Sports Network through the Star-Studded Cowboys Network. This was Dad and the Boys, Michael Davis, my dad Mack, and remember, this is our first rodeo, and we'll catch you here next time.